Hello everyone, I have a new video for you, and in this video I have a Cheery Lynn dies release that was done up by one of my design team members, Cheery Lynn. And Cheery Lynn did a great job, and I'd like you to please, if you would, watch this video to the end to see what she did. Cheery Lynn puts a lot of work into her cards, and I always miss something that she put in, so please visit her blog too. They're on my blog. To the right hand column, if you scroll down, there's the link to all my design team members, and they do appreciate the blog hits on their blogs, and a comment or two would be nice. And if you have any questions, they're more than helpful to answer them. So the first die, it's only a set of 4, but they're very nice dies. The first one is B179. It's called Iris Leaves, and it's these little leaves that are used, I saw them as in a floral thing. If you watched some of Mike's videos, he used these as underwater aquatic kind of florals. And I'll just turn them over so you can actually see the dies. The next one is DL220, and let me pan out a little bit so you can see this a little better. This one right here is called the Scottish Thistle Doily with the angel wing included. So it cuts out this kind of octagon shape with thistles, and then you get the angel wing that goes to form a background for it, which is nice to have. And I will flip this over, and you can see how pretty this thistle is, with all this inner thatching in here and the thistles around the edges. And you can't see the angel wing, it's tucked up behind here, but it will make a little layer around the edge of this if you want to layer a different colored card on to your stock. The next one right here, it is DL221, and this is called the Spring Flower Burst Doily with the angel wing. And this has this kind of a really nice floral burst, kind of like a hydrangea burst open there, and there's the matching angel wing. And I will turn this over so you can see the die and how pretty this die is. It just cuts out beautifully, and you cannot see the angel wing, it's tucked behind the die, but that is how the die looks. And then the best for last, I always like to save the best for last, we have this beautiful Build-A-Flower #1 set. Now the Build-A-Flowers, from what I understand, this is number B181, is that Mike from Cheery Lynn is going to build onto these floral sets. So you are going to have, when you buy the first and add on to them, you will have more and more flowers you will be able to make. This is on a nice magnetic backing to store them, and I'll give you a look at some of the dies. Here are some leaves, here are some petals, and here are some more leaves, and these are gorgeous. I have been seeing what people have been making with these very fine line stem dies and layering them. Oh, simply stunning. I would buy the set for these alone to make stuff on cards. Now, if you look on Mike's video at Cheery Lynn's site, he made a video showing how to put these dies together, and he even kind of uses thread here and sews. I prefer a brad, it's just my preference, but anything that works for you. Again, you could use the brad in the center of these, or a knot and intertwine them, but just the fact that they cut the little hole makes a big difference in my opinion. I don't like to have to put the hole, I always make it off center when I do it with my own eyeballs. I like it when it's all done for me. So again, I just want to draw attention to what all the cuts look like right there and what you're getting. Now let's get on to what Cheery Lynn made with this set. And she made some beautiful cards. So the first one is this hello card, and you can see there's dimension already, and I'm going to just pan out a little bit here so we can see it in its entire beauty here. so you're not missing parts. And I'll hold it up as, I'm sorry, in and out there. Hope none of you are getting motion sick from me. But what she used with this one, she calls this her Hello Open Gate card. And she used, for this, she used the Cheery Lynn B181 Build a Flower. That's the granddaddy of the dies. And here is some of those dies in action. Here is this beautiful flower she cut out of the pattern cardstock. And then, as you can see in here, there's some kind of stuff that she used. I'm going to draw it up closer, but it looks like behind here are some of the finer flowers, and then in here looks like some kind of stuff that she might have gotten from a flower shop, but I'll read on and see what she says about that. This right here is the sorry, I don't know off the top of my iris sleeves right here that we had, the B179 iris leaves, and you can see that she added them as swags. And this is part of the Build-A-Flower. That is the big leaf that we saw right here. I won't do this throughout the video, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of where these came from. And she calls this an open gate card. They're also known as swing cards, but isn't that fun? They swing open and closed, and you get this kind of fun thing to go with them. And I want to tell you what she wrote about this. So she said that besides that, this right here is DL113 exotic butterfly die. That's a Cheery Lynn. It's not part of this set, but I do sell it. And she also bought the backing. You can see the brown with the tan, and then she superimposed two on each other to give that dimensional look with butterflies. That's so much fun. She also used DL113A. That is the angel wing that goes with the butterfly. And she also used DL221, the spring flower doily die. And that one is right here. And remember I said that was that beautiful starburst that looks like a hydrangea, and that does go with that set. And then here is some more that she made with the Build-A-Flower, and here are the iris leaves. So we're getting a lot of usage from in this card from those dies. And then she wrote that she used the Mary Ann's Craftables envelope. This was released in a previous release, this little guy here. If you would like to order it from me, it is CR1211. It is not part of this release, but I do have it for sale. This envelope has been very popular. People like kinetics, movement in cards that do things. And there's a little lining in this envelope that she made, and here's the little tuck-in. You just make the liner a little bit smaller than the card, and you can tuck that in, and you can write whatever sentiment you want in there, which makes that kind of a very versatile card. And then she used the lopsided circle around the butterfly right here. That's also a Mary Ann Creatables. It's LR0152. And this die didn't sell well for me, and I don't know why, because it is absolutely stunning. And when I've seen people use it, when they use a circular and that little off-sided loop to it, it's really amazing. But it was released quite a while ago. Again, it's not part of this release. This is all the florals here we're releasing, and this die in the background here. Now some of you might be wondering a little bit, the punches are the Stampin' Up extra large photo corners. That's these right here. Those are the photo corners. And then the Fisker's heart border. So their heart border is, let's see, right here. This is the Fisker's heart border right there with that. And then we have also, she used for paper, heirloom stack and plain colored cardstock. and she used a Cuttlebug bit of paisley embossing folder that's embossed here, and she also used the stamps are Springer Bringer by Whimsy Stamps, and the sentiments were just something from her stash. So that must be, the little girl must be Springer Bringer, and she is very, very cute. And the flowers are distressed, and she applied Goosebumps clear texture spray, and she also used some perfect pearls as accents. So this shellac look that she got must be that Goosebumps clear texture spray, and it's very shiny and nice, but yet pliable. Look how much I can bend that, yet it looks like looks shiny, like almost like you couldn't bend it, but you can. We could fluff up this flower, I'll show you, and it doesn't affect the paper at all, but yet it's very shiny. So I want to get up close to the beautiful flowers here, because again, that's what we're focusing on to sell here. And then again, the one in here that cuts so nicely, this one here with that comes also with a matching angel wing, and then this she also made with the build a flower stack right there. So you can see the versatility of these dies and just how sweet they are. Very nice. And this is even kind of a three-way card, because when you put it this way, I missed that just for you little guy there initially. And there you can see that embossing folder again. So beautiful card. Just who wouldn't love to receive this card? Now we have the next one that shows even more what we can do with this build a flower. I'm gonna just get it a little closer there. So this one is called an easel card, and good thing she told me, because you know how I'm under pressure with the videos and I mess them up. But it's meant to go like this and tuck behind and stand up on its own, and becomes its own little freestanding card like that. And I'll show you a side view so you can kind of get the idea how that works. That's a side view. But you can also, when you first open it up, you may think of it just as a card, kind of like I'm showing you here. And then, of course, you bend it over and fold it. Easel cards are all over YouTube and the internet on how to make them. There's different ways. There's slanted ones, but they're all fun. And they're especially fun when you get a person that's never received one before and you tell them about it. They're just amazed with it. But I'm going to get into what's going on in this card so we can get through the video. And she used, for this, she used the Cheery Lynn Scottish Thistle doily die. That's the DL220, and that's it right here. That was part of this release. And it's angel wing, and you can see that pearl paper in the back. She used as an angel wing. The B181 Build a Flower number 1. Now this is really clever. She took this Scottish thistle, and remember it looked like this in the back, and see, you know, a thistle when it comes up, this is the prickly part of a thistle if you've seen one in real life. She took the Build a Flower, the very fine flowers, and she bent them in half and made the thistles. Can you see each thistle, how it's got the little pink thistle coming up? And notice what the little tilde, I think that's a tilde stamp, she's got a thistle in her hand. Is that just amazing or what, that she was able to match that up? That's so cute. So she's holding the little thistle surrounded by all the thistles in the die. And again, this is one set, and then the Build a Flower, she added the other. That's just so cute. Very, very good job, Kathy Lynn, with that. And then she also used the Lace Corner Deco number 1, B174. This was released previously. Here are the Deco Corner. These have been very popular, and you know what? Everyone should buy sets of these that they like. They're so much cheaper than punches. You get, I think, usually 4 dies to a set, different ones, and you can make all these things. You can put these together and make squares and medallions. They just don't have to go in the corners. There's so much you can do with them, or line them up and you have a free form in the middle. They're just really a good value. But we'll get back to here again. I want to show you inside is the Scottish Thistle plain, and I'm going to bring that up close so you can see. That's just cut out plain, and then here I'm going to flip it back. and you can see how it is cut out with the build-a-flower to make the thistle part off of the the stem here, and then there's the thistle. Well, it's not really a stem, it's like a bulb. So this card is so sweet. And then of course there's always kinetics in Kathy Lynn's cards, and she made this tag so it slides out, and it says in a garden of friends happiness grows, thinking of you. And that slides. So we've got movement here, and then we've got the able to stand up on its own, and using the dies in this release. And she said that the paper is Chateau Lavender Stack Coordination Pearls in plain cardstock. She said it is Magnolia Tilda with Thistle, and she colored it with her Copics, and she did a mighty fine job with that. And sentiments were just some from her stash, and she made the bow with the Bow Easy, and the lace and gems were from her stash. So you can just see all the little lace, and then I'll open it again, the little dewdrops here to make the resting point for the card. Great card. And now you've got the idea how to make it, and can follow and make one of these at home. Now here's the last card. This is such a sweet card, and this one she calls the crisscross card. And by crisscross, a crisscross card is, it makes an envelope, 3 sides that crisscross over to make something that holds a pull-out. Again, kinetics. Thanks, Kathy Lynn, for movement cards. I love them. So she said that the die cuts used were the Spring Flower Burst doily with the angel wing, and there's the Spring Flower Burst, the one I said that kind of looks like a bunch of hydrangeas, kind of in a Art Deco kind of way. And she put this other die on top of it with the little pretty cute little stamped children. And this is just so pretty. I'm going to bring this up close because this is right here. That is the Build-A-Flower that she used, and she curled it in, and then she put inside of it those very, very fine flowers, and cut some and put them in. And then you have over here are the leaves of the same leaf that was made in this flower. She made green and made leaves over here, and that is just so sweet. And then we've got those iris leaves here again. Those iris leaves just make such a nice swag to the card. But I did want to get a nice close-up so you can see how beautiful that, just look how fine that cuts. It does not look like you made it. That looks like something you bought from a craft store. Very nice. And then in here there's a sentiment, and it pulls out, and I'll go through with what she said she used for these. She said that she used Spellbinders Labels 10. That would be this one right here. And I do have a source now to get Spellbinders dies for those of you who are looking for them. Email me with any Spellbinders you would like, and I'll see what I can do for you, and I'll quote you a price, and I can get them now. So just email me if you're interested in any Spellbinders products. And then the punch was Martha Stewart's Wild Flowers, and that is right here, these little branches there. It's kind of maybe hard to see. I'll bring it up close, but they're these little branches of Martha Stewart. I have that one too. I like it. And the EK Success, the Deco Scallop Punch, and I think the EK Success, I'm sorry, this is the Martha Stewart punch right here. That, I'm pretty sure this is a Martha Stewart punch too, but this is the Martha Stewart punch that she did the border with Wildflowers, and this must be the EK Success Deco Scallop punch right around there. And then the stamps are I never can say this word, excuse me, Build-A-Malarna Little Winged Friends, and that's these the little children right here, colored with Copics. And boy, Kathy Lynn, you are getting really good with these Copics. Look how nice she colored those, the shading and the texture, beautiful. And then the Fisker's Just Married Sentiments, and that was inside here. And it says, there are three things that last: faith, hope, love, but the greatest of these is love. And that fit right nicely inside of that punch out she did there. She said that, let me see, you may notice that she used the petals as leaves, and I did right here. And she also used bits of this red stuff. If you're looking for what this is, she said that it is something called little berries and pink pearl stems that she buys from Pat Catan's in the floral department. I don't have a Pat Catan's here, so I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's a craft store. And then she said that she gives all the dies in this release an A+, that they cut and worked beautifully for the products she was using. So that's nice to hear, because when you have something as fine as this and you're trying to cut flowers, you want them to cut well. And you can just see from in here how nicely they did cut. And I'll just pull that out so you can see how the card does come out, and it goes and fits inside perfectly there. So that's the release. Nice, and a little release of dies, but less money for you to spend. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are all enjoying your summer. It's been a very hot one here in the States for most people, and I hope everyone is doing well, you and your families. Take care, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye bye, everyone.